In the U.S., the expected body image that the media projects is starting to cause many problems with men and women. Media is a far more powerful influence than ever before. The pressure society puts on men and women to meet the perfect image has both positive and negative outcomes. The U.S. has the highest rates of obesity and eating disorders in the world. If a man or woman doesn't meet the requirements of this body image, they are seen as unattractive compared to those that have a perfect body, according to the media standards. 80% of women in the U.S. are dissatisfied with their appearance, and more than 10 million are suffering from eating disorders. People with eating disorders often have distorted body images and believe they are fat and ugly when they aren't. In earlier years, the perfect body image for females was strong and full-figured like Marilyn Monroe. Starting in the 1900s was when America became obsessed with the thin physique and viewed full-figured women as indulgent and lacking self-control. The desire to look thin starts at a young age due to little girls wanting to look like the Barbies they play with and boys wanting to look like the action figures they play with. The National Eating Disorders Association states that 42% of first to third grade girls want to lose weight and 81% of 10-year-olds are afraid of being fat. Pediatrics had a study that showed 2 out of 3 of the girls in the 5th to 12th grade said that the magazine influenced their version of an ideal body, and half of the girls said the images made them want to lose weight. Studies show that young people receive an estimated 5,260 attractiveness messages per year just from TV commercials alone. Teen Magazine states that 35% of girls ages 6 to 12 have been on at least one diet, and 50 to 70 of normal weight girls think they are overweight. In 1975, most models weighed 8% less than an average woman, and today they weigh 23% less. At least 1/4 of present-day icons meet the weight criteria for anorexia. Women are now comparing themselves with images that are unrealistically thin. The more an individual is exposed to media, the more they believe it's reflective on the real world. What they fail to realize is most pictures published in the media are altered in some way. Eating disorders are increasingly common in men. Nearly 18% of boys are highly concerned about their weight and physique. There was a study involving boys who were extremely concerned about weight, were more likely to become depressed and more likely to engage in high-risk behaviors such as binge drinking and drug use. Half of these boys were worried about gaining more muscle, and a third were concerned with both thinness and muscularity, and less than 15 were concerned with only thinness. Girls are obsessed with becoming thinner, whereas boys want to gain muscle and be toned. The changing image of males in the media over the past 2 decades are to blame. Movies and magazines are more commonly showing bare-chested men with impossible physiques and six-pack abs. Action figures are the male equivalent to Barbies, displaying unnatural body features. Only 1 or 2% of males actually have that body type. 25% of normal weight males perceive themselves to be underweight. A 2012 study of adolescents revealed that muscle-enhancing behaviors are common among both middle and high school age males. More than a third reported downing protein powders or shakes in effort to boost their muscularity. 6% admitted to using steroids, and 10.5% acknowledged using some other muscle-enhancing substance. Studies show that in the last 15 years, more men have eating disorders than ever before. Unlike girls, boys don't starve themselves, use laxatives, or induce vomiting. Instead, they are more likely to engage in excessive amounts of exercise and steroid abuse. 40% of teenage boys use protein powders and 6% use steroids. The way media portrays men and women in the world is an impossible and unhealthy goal to reach. People go to drastic measures to obtain this unhealthy look. The media should be promoting to love yourself and your body the way it is, not to hurt yourself and be unhappy with the way you look. Dr. Allison Fields states that you want people to be concerned enough about their weight to make healthy decisions, but not so concerned that they are willing to take whatever means it takes, healthy or unhealthy, to achieve their desired physiques. When will the media realize that the way they are portraying men and women is most likely hurting others instead of helping?